Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited. Today is episode 10 of my series on lilac woods. I can't believe we've already made it through 10 episodes. Today is somewhat of a housekeeping type of video. We have a few different awkward transition areas on this island that I just wanted to spend some time filling in. This was one of those videos that I considered not sharing with you guys, but I struggle the most with transition areas on my island, and I thought maybe it could be helpful if anybody else struggles with it as well. Also, did you guys see Goldie flop down on that hay bed in the background? It was so funny. Anyway, so for this first little transition area, I was thinking about making a really overgrown, kind of forgotten about kind of area. I saw somebody make a post with these ruined pillars, and honestly, I forgot that we even had them in the game. So I thought since this island is very natural, it could look like sort of like a rundown, forgotten about old building. And so this area was actually so easy to decorate because I ended up just filling it in with lots of flowers and wheat fields and bushes, and it just kind of took a lot of the pressure and guesswork out of doing the area. I also had this old brick custom design code that I haven't used anywhere on this island, but I do really like it, and I thought it would be kind of fun to incorporate it into this build and sort of give it that ruined sort of vibe. So yeah, I'm just kind of laying that path down. It's going to be a really small area because obviously we don't have a ton of space to work with, but I do feel like it's a nice little concept. The only thing I may do as you guys are watching, I'm going to finish this up really quickly because this build is really just wheat fields. But now that I'm watching this footage back, one thing that I may do is go in and add a few smaller fossils. You'll see in a bit that I throw down a piece of amber, and I think it looks really cool and it really adds to this sort of ruiny vibe. So I think I might look up what some of the smaller fossils are and see if I can't add in a few more of those. I just think it really looks cool with this vibe. But yeah, for the rest of this area, I'm literally just going to be filling it in with natural items. I honestly love those types of builds because I feel like I just kind of go on autopilot. I usually have some sort of show going on in the background, or I'm listening to music, and I can just kind of zone out and decorate. And honestly, that's one of my favorite parts of this game, is that it can be so mindless sometimes, but at the same time you're thinking about decorating. I don't know, I just feel like it's such a perfect, relaxing, cozy game, and it's seriously my favorite. I could probably talk about this game all day long. It's a good thing that this channel is a good outlet for me, or I think I would probably annoy everybody in my life talking about Animal Crossing. But yeah, here we are. We're also coming up on a little anniversary for this channel this February of 2 years on YouTube, which is absolutely crazy. I'm not sure that I'm going to do anything super crazy to celebrate. Maybe we'll be about ready for a finished island tour by then, which would be pretty cool. But I don't know, it honestly just made me kind of sappy and reflective for what this YouTube community has meant to me, and just how special it's been to be able to share things that I love with you guys and chat with you all and just kind of connect. And some of the people that comment, I've seen your names commenting for years, and it's just such a special thing. And I don't know, I was just feeling kind of sappy about all of it, and just really grateful that I decided to start sharing my silly little Animal Crossing builds with you guys here. It's ended up being way more special than I ever could have imagined that it would be. And yeah, I guess I just had to ramble about that for a second. But now we're starting to work on the transition to the next transition area, which is just kind of this squiggly little path, and I'm just kind of filling this one in as well. I skipped over some of that because it's just kind of like me placing the same filler items over and over again, so I figured you guys might be kind of sick of seeing that. But I kind of skipped over the rest of that area because it's just kind of more of what you guys have already seen, just some filler items. And I start working on transition area number 2, which is going to be an outdoor movie theater. I've seen this done many times, and we used to do it with the what are they called? Oh my god, the simple panels, and just adding custom designs to make it look like a movie theater. But with the 2.0 update, we actually got this projector screen, which I think is so cute. You saw me kind of clicking through the channels, and I was a little bit disappointed that there aren't more channel options. So I may see if you can customize this item. I've actually never used it before, so I'm not sure if it's customizable or not, but I do kind of want to see if I can do that and maybe add one of the OG movie screen codes to it, because I feel like that would look a little bit better than just the blank white screen. I wish wish that there were just more channels. That seems like something that they should have done. I don't know. Maybe like an unnecessary desire for me, but I feel like it would be kind of cool. It's got to be customizable though, now that I think about it. It just kind of seems like one of those items that you should be able to customize. But I'm just filling in the area behind it with all the typical stuff. I pretty much just load my inventory with the same filler items. I hope that's not too boring for you guys to look at, but honestly, I feel like it gives a really cohesive look to the island overall, and I really like the effect that it's giving as I wander from like builds that we did in the beginning to now we're kind of like in the back of the island. Like everything just kind of flows and looks like it all goes together, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why. So I'm just gonna keep doing that because we are very close to being done with this island, so it's a little bit too late to be changing it up. But I'm just laying down a few more natural items to just sort of surround this. I wanted it to kind of feel like a little clearing in the woods. Kind of reminds me of like stuff that I used to do with my friends as a kid. Like we would go into the woods and just like make a little dirt fort where we would like clear all the leaves like down to the bare dirt and like stack dirt up and stack leaves up and make like little log chairs, and I don't know, we would make like a little fort out there, but it was actually just like a dirt slab that we cleared in the middle of the woods. I don't know. Hopefully you guys did that too and I don't just sound like a weirdo. But that's kind of what this feels like, a more bougie, woodsy fort, I guess, because we never like had a projector screen and all of that stuff. But yeah, now I'm just laying down a few items on each of the picnic blankets for the moviegoers, like a little coffee cup, a cushion. Clearly they're not worried about getting their things dirty here because, you know, this is Animal Crossing. So yeah, then I'm just going to shift this barrel back because I wanted to add the popcorn machine. I feel like, again, it's not very realistic for like a clearing in the woods, but like it does add a nice little cute effect. And I forgot that we had that popcorn snack, and having that sit in the back like that I think is so cute. Just adds in that extra little detail. And I'm just putting down a pocketbook for people like me who don't actually watch movies. They just have movies on in the background while they're reading their book. And of course some drop socks because they're one of my favorite little items to add into builds. I just think they're so cute. And then I'm filling in the area over here as well. I just really want it to look completely like framed and encapsulated by trees, and I feel like I really achieved that even though it's like on the edge of this cliff. So for the last and final little transition area here, we're going to be working on creating an orchard. I feel like there are a few core builds on every island that I feel like I really want to have because they just like add to the functional gameplay, and I feel like having a little orchard area that's different than your native fruit is one of those things where it's just like it's a good money making item, and I don't know, I feel like every island just needs one. Are there builds like that for you guys that you feel like every island just kind of like needs to have it? I feel that way about the farming items now, like especially if you're going to be doing any cooking or anything like that. I feel like the need to have a few farming plots around is just like for functional gameplay. Also space for like your rocks and, you know, all of that stuff. I say that, but to be honest, it's been a really long time since I've kept an island and actually like played. I've mostly just played to decorate, which is valid. It's fair. It doesn't really matter how you play, but I still kind of imagine what I would need on a functional island if I wasn't doing that. But I really wanted to incorporate a lot of green into this build because we're going to be doing a pear orchard, if you didn't already notice that. So I wanted to incorporate some colorful fencing because I really haven't used it very much since we got that in the last and final update. I could cry. So I think the green just kind of adds a really nice unobtrusive background. Like you almost don't even notice that it's there unless you're like panning the camera a certain way, and I love that about it. I just feel like it's such a nice little background. But I'm adding in a step ladder here for people to climb up and get the pears, and then I'm just placing a simple path to connect to that last little filler area that we were doing. And I didn't really make this like a super fancy winding path or anything. I just kind of wanted it to go in front of like where that stall is going to be, and just wanted it to be nice and simple because that was like the theme of these builds, is just kind of getting these transition areas filled up. But I do incorporate this little tractor. I think it looks so cute tucked into the trees. I couldn't believe that it fit there actually. I just think it's so cute, especially in the green color. It matches the little pear theme so well. And yeah, I just had so much fun with this build. I feel like this build is one of those that doesn't necessarily fit with the rest of the island, but I don't even care because I had so much fun doing it. Out of the 3 transition areas that we are doing in this video, this one is by far my favorite. But I would love to hear from you guys which one is your favorite of the 3 that we're going to be doing. This is the last one, by the way. So I'm just placing a few finishing touches off to the side to fill that in, adding in box of pear and these little stacked crates. I honestly ran out of like farmy items to add in here, so I just ended up putting dropped pears everywhere. I may do a little bit of like searching and switch out a few of the items. One of my favorite things to do for that is to go on the website Nookazon, not to actually trade with other players, because I feel like the prices on Nookazon for things are insane. Like, I don't even know why it's even worth it for people anymore, honestly. But I do really like to look at their catalog and just kind of scroll through. I feel like I'm almost like shopping, but in Animal Crossing, and I'll just like favorite some of the items that I want to use in a build, or it gives me like inspiration, so I'm not using the same items over and over and over again and forgetting about other things in the game that would be like a perfect fit. I don't know, it's just a really nice little like database to use if you're stuck in a decorating rut. But then I'm just adding in this little kind of eclectic picnic table setup. I love using the varied seating. I feel like Animal Crossing decorators have been doing this like since the dawn of the game, but it just looks so cute. I just love it. It really gives it that like kind of cottage-core feel. I do end up going outside of the video and changing those custom designs to green ones, so in the final DA you will see that slight change, but we're kind of just putting like the last finishing touches on this build, and then we'll have like the final little walkthrough and screenshots for you guys. Right, here we are, the finished build. I really love how this orchard turned out. I think it's so incredibly cozy, and it's just the perfect little transition area, and then it flows right into this movie theater. I can't wait to have some friends over to my island to take photos there. I feel like it's such a cute little spot. And then this is off of the campsite and that like sunken garden that we did. I just think it turned out so cute. Definitely let me know what you think in the comments below, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!